Did anyone ever tell you that life after 80 would feel more like surviving than living? No one talks about this out loud. It's almost like there's an unspoken rule. Once you hit 80, you're supposed to smile quietly, be grateful, and stay out of the way. But here's the truth. Raw and unfiltered, aging doesn't always bring peace, wisdom, or the slow golden sunsets we imagined. Sometimes it brings silence, a silence so loud it echoes through your bones. Sometimes it brings aches that medicine can't fix, and a kind of loneliness that hugs you even when the room is full. This video isn't about fear. It's about truth. It's about giving voice to what so many elders feel but are too dignified or too tired to say. Today we're going to talk about 7 difficult but necessary truths about life after 80. These aren't meant to scare you. They're meant to prepare you, because being prepared isn't being negative. It's being powerful. Let's begin. Reality 1. The vanishing circle. By 80, something strange starts to happen. Your phone doesn't ring like it used to, not because people don't care, but because many of the ones who did are gone. You lose your lunch buddy. Your neighbor moves to a facility. Your best friend's number goes unanswered. Your circle doesn't just shrink, it disappears, bit by bit. Sometimes in ways that are so slow you don't even notice until one day you realize you haven't laughed with someone who really knows you in months. The world doesn't tell you how to deal with that kind of loss. The quiet, creeping kind. It's not dramatic. It's not in the headlines. But it leaves a hole you feel every morning. And here's the hardest part. No one replaces them. Younger folks, they're kind. But they weren't there when your first child was born. They didn't know your parents. They don't remember what it was like when TV had just 3 channels. You start to feel invisible, not because no one sees you, but because no one really knows you anymore. But here's the truth. Your story isn't done. There's still space, right now, to create new connections. It won't be the same, no. But maybe, just maybe, the new bond you build with a younger neighbor, or the conversations at the senior center, or that smiling cashier who remembers your name. That's how life still speaks to you, still needs you. Reality 2. Your body quietly starts saying no. You don't notice it all at once. It starts with little things. You go to bed feeling fine and wake up with stiff knees. You used to enjoy a big breakfast. Now your stomach flips at the thought. One day a simple walk leaves you winded, and you wonder, wasn't I fine last week? Aging after 80 is like playing a game where the rules change daily and no one tells you. It's not just about losing strength. It's about losing predictability. You can't trust your body the way you used to. And that is scary. What most people don't understand is even when you look okay, it takes twice the effort just to get through a normal day. What most people don't understand is even when you look okay, it takes twice the effort just to get through a normal day. Planning errands around good hours, eating lighter to avoid digestive problems, taking longer rests, not from laziness but from necessity. You're not broken, you're adapting, and that takes strength. Here's a tip that helps many. Create gentle, loving routines. Warm water in the morning, a walk in the sun, stretching your arms and legs. These small rituals aren't just habits. They're messages to your body that you're still here, still in charge, still fighting the good fight. Reality 3. Being forgotten by the living hurts more than losing the dead. There's grief that comes from death. And then there's the grief that comes from being left behind while others are still alive. You raised your children, you helped your friends, you were the strong one, the go-to, the rock. But now, their lives are full. Jobs, grandkids, travel, health issues of their own. They still love you, yes, but they don't call as often. They text instead of visit. And when they do visit, it's short and distracted. The worst part? You start wondering if it's you. Did you do something wrong? Do they see you as a burden? The truth is, life pulls people in different directions, and sometimes it pulls them away from the people who need them most. You might find yourself longing for conversation, only to settle for reruns on TV. You might replay old voicemails just to hear a familiar voice. You might sit by the window, hoping, but don't let that silence become your prison. You still have the right to be seen, heard, remembered. If the world forgets, remind it. Speak up, write a letter, call someone first. Show up even if it's hard. Your presence still matters. Reality 4. The weight of outliving everyone you love. You start losing not just people, but witnesses to your life. No one else remembers how you met your spouse. No one else laughs at that old family joke. No one else remembers the sound of your father's laugh or your mother's Sunday stew. You become the last one holding the photo album, the last one telling the story, the last one lighting the candle, and it's heavy, heavier than anyone ever warns you. You may even feel guilt. Why are you still here when others aren't? But I say this, you're still here because you have something left to give. You carry the legacy of those who can no longer speak. Your memories matter. They are history. And when you share them, you keep people alive in a way that no grave ever can. Reality 5. Losing control of your own life. There's a strange shift that happens after 80. People start making decisions for you instead of with you. They mean well, but slowly your choices disappear. You want to drive? It's too dangerous. You want to eat something sweet? That's not good for your sugar. You want to stay up late and watch an old movie? Better get to bed. You need your rest. You start to feel like a guest in your own life, a bystander to your own decisions. Let me tell you something. You've earned your independence. Don't let it be taken lightly. Set boundaries. Speak gently but firmly. Let them help, but remind them, you're still in here. You still think. You still feel. You still decide. Dignity doesn't come from being strong. It comes from being respected. Demand that respect. Reality 6. Grief becomes your companion. At this age, grief isn't an occasional visitor. It's a roommate. It doesn't shout. It doesn't weep. It just sits quietly beside you. All the time. You smile through it. Cook dinner through it. Read the newspaper with it humming beside you. And people don't see it. They don't ask about it. They think you've moved on. But you never really move on. You move with it. Here's the lesson. Don't be afraid of your sadness. Don't push it away. Let it walk beside your joy. Because yes, both can exist. You can cry over an old friend and still laugh with your grandchild. You can miss your spouse deeply and still look forward to bingo night. That's not confusion. It's human. Grief is proof that you've lived, that you've loved, that you're still loving, even now. Reality 7. Fragility isn't weakness. It's a different kind of strength. When you're 80 plus, a misstep isn't just a misstep. It could be a hospital visit. So you move slower. You hesitate before bending down. You look twice before stepping out. That caution? That's not fear. That's wisdom. You've earned that cane, that walker, that chair lift. They're not symbols of decline. They're symbols that you're still showing up, still making the effort, still here. I once met an 86-year-old man who told me, I may walk slower now, but I walk with purpose. Every step is mine. And that's what this is all about. Not pretending you're still 60, but owning 80, with grace, with courage, with a quiet pride that says, I'm still here, and I matter. Life after 80 is not for the faint of heart. It's raw, it's real, and sometimes it's painfully silent. But it's also deeply meaningful. You've made it this far, not because life was easy, but because you were strong enough to endure it. So now, speak your truth. Protect your independence. Tell your stories. Love without shame. Laugh often. Cry when needed. And never forget, you still matter. Your story isn't done, and the world still needs you. If this video spoke to you, please share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear which part touched your heart or reminded you of something real. And if you haven't already, Please subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of this growing community of strength, honesty, and wisdom. We'll see you in the next one.